Hey guys, welcome back to Carib 21, where we share what's trending in and around the Caribbean. If it's your first time joining, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. So, in today's video, I would like to talk about Airbnb and the impact that Airbnb is having on the Jamaican economy. So, let's talk about it. This article is taken from the Jamaica Observer, dated April 30th, 2024, and the article states local Airbnb earns nearly $32 billion in 2023. The article goes on to say Jamaica Tourist Minister Edmund Bartlett has highlighted that Jamaica short-term vacation rental is booming, contributing to growth in the tourism industry. Data from Airbnb indicate that guest check-ins from January to December 2023 increased by 28% over 2022, generating an estimated $31.8 billion in gross earning from 1.3 million guest nights. So Airbnb is like a global phenomenon. Airbnb is like a search engine for travel and hospitality accommodation. In particular, small stays like mom and pop hotels, or it encourages homestays also. And this is a game changer in the hospitality and tourism industry. I have been in the hospitality industry for a while. I entered the hospitality industry in Jamaica in 1993. And I talk about the hospitality industry a lot in my content because, that is where I'm from. That's where I spent most of my career, in hospitality. And one thing about the hospitality industry, like I've given praise and I've also been critical of the industry, is that the model that the hospitality industry use, it's almost like only 30% of people that work in that industry can pretty much say their life have been changed in terms of buying a house, a car, sending their kids to good school and stuff like that. And then the other 70% is pretty much paycheck to paycheck. And this is not unique to Jamaica. It happens in a lot of countries across the world. In particular, when you look at the all-inclusive industry does not really impact the local economy the way that it should. For example, like in Jamaica revolutionized the all-inclusive industry. Before the Sandals and the Super Clubs, those were the two hotels that pretty much took all-inclusive to a different level. They are the founding fathers of all-inclusive. Before that, you would have the European concept of mom and pop, bed and breakfast, where you go and you short-term stay, you get breakfast included in your meal for free. But in Jamaica, they took it to a next level and they started to add lunch, dinner, and then before you know it, everything is included. Alcohol, entertainment, and all of that. The beauty about it makes for a good travel experience. Like you don't have to take your wallet or your purse to the restaurant and pay. You just go on a vacation and you relax. And for the traveler, it is amazing. I can't fight it. It's very amazing. I enjoy a good all-inclusive myself. But for the local economy, it is not as good for the local economy because in particular the Caribbean, most of the hotels in the Caribbean, I would say 99% of the hotels, depending on which island, they are owned by foreign investors. So the money that's made from those hotels, they would never stay in those islands. In Jamaica, you will have the Super Clubs and Sandals. Those are the two main Jamaican investors that own two big name hotels in Jamaica. But apart from that, everything else is like international investment. So you go to Jamaica, you go to Bahamas, you go to Barbados and a lot of the islands, and you'll see these massive hotels and they make millions of dollars per year, but the money does not stay in the economy. And a lot of those hotels, like, they provide low income job. So Airbnb now is pretty much like a disruptor. And what I love about Airbnb is that the way Airbnb impact the local economy is different from an all-inclusive. Let's break it down. So I'm going to break down the positive impact that Airbnb had on a place like Jamaica. So as a Jamaican living in the diaspora, I would say at least half of Jamaicans that I know living in the diaspora, they have 1 foot in Jamaica and 1 foot in, whether it's the US, whether it's Canada, and whether it's the UK. Most Jamaicans that I know, they have like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So they spend a lot of time in Jamaica, a lot of time, especially if you're living in a city or a state across the USA, if you're living in a province in Canada that is a very cold province when it comes on to winter. A lot of people, Jamaicans especially in their 50s and over, that, build up certain wealth and they are able to spend summers in Jamaica. A lot of Jamaicans are doing that. So the advantage now of Airbnb is that also those Jamaicans who have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, they would have invested in properties back home. When you go and you look at the North Coast in Jamaica now, from Runaway Bay, Ocho Rios, Runaway Bay, going straight to Negril, there's a lot of gated communities that are been recently developed. I would say over the past 10 years, like, it's just a big change in Jamaica, in particular the North Coast, and you see those gated communities. A lot of those gated communities, most of them are owned by Jamaicans. A lot of them are owned by Jamaicans living in the diaspora. So just imagine now, I'm a Jamaican living in Canada. I invest 500,000 US and I purchase a house in a gated community in a place like Runaway Bay that's walking distance to the beach. I'm not spending time there. And what Airbnb provides now is that revenue that I can stay where I am in Canada. I can rent my Airbnb. I can have a friend or a family member or company. There are a lot of companies in Jamaica now that set up that they'll go there, they'll clean the place, and they'll get it prepared for someone to come and book. And then after the person leaves, they will go and they'll clean and get it ready for the next person. So as a Jamaican now, you're in the diaspora. It's your property. You're making money while you're not there. And that money is pretty much staying in the Jamaican economy, as opposed to, as I said, the big, massive, all-inclusive, where most of the money don't even make it to Jamaica, much less to have it stayed in Jamaica. So that is number one. That is how Airbnb is impacting the Jamaican economy. So number two, like, Airbnb now encourages, like, travelers. There are different type of travelers. There are travelers that would want to go to the all-inclusive hotel and just lie on the beach, just have a pina colada and just be on the beach for 7 days and not leaving the hotel. And there are also adventure travelers. There are travelers who want to go out and they want to explore the beauty of Jamaica. They want to explore the rich culture of Jamaica. So with Airbnb now, Airbnb provide the opportunity for people to get affordable accommodation, visiting Jamaica. And what that does is, like, you go to Jamaica, it impacts the local restaurants because you're staying in an Airbnb, you're not staying in an all-inclusive. So you're traveling around the island, you're eating some jerk chicken on the street side, you're going to the small mom and pop restaurant because you can't come to Jamaica without get some ackee and sawfish and some oxtail and some curry goat. So the impact that it's having on the local economy is way different from what you'll find in one of those big all-inclusive hotels. Also, like, the tours, like, going to the Duns River Falls, going to, Mystic Mountain, going to all of these local places where people will go for a local adventure. You know, you go horseback riding with choco, what they call them, choco tours now. They have horseback riding. They have all of these different adventures. When you go to an all-inclusive hotel, you are like, you know what? I pay like $200 a day. I'm not leaving to go to Duns River Falls. I'm not leaving to go to some horseback riding or to go and have some jerk chicken or some oxtail on the street when I'm paying $200 and I can stay and just eat and sleep and go to the entertainment in the nighttime and stuff like that. With the Airbnb now, you go outside, you go to the local bars, you go to the dance hall in the night, you go to some stage show, you do whatever, and that money is circulating in the Jamaican economy. The foreign exchange that you bring as a foreigner staying in an Airbnb, you go to the bank or the machine and you exchange your money. That is more foreign exchange for the island. So these are just some of the reasons why I believe that Airbnb is like a big deal for Jamaica, for the Caribbean, I would say. Like it's a big deal and it's changing the way how people travel to the Caribbean. Airbnb is changing the way how tourism is in Jamaica. Gone are the days when you fly in from Canada, the US, the UK, you come to the airport, you check out, and then you go on this big tour bus, and you're just riding on the bus straight to the hotel. Go to the hotel, you check in, and if you talk to the receptionist and you say like, oh, what can I do? What can I go outside and do? And you're like, oh my gosh, don't go outside, it's dangerous. And you know, stuff like that. Like they drive fear into a lot of the tourists, like not to go outside, which I understand in some sense. Like if you're a tourist and you're in Jamaica, you have to be careful where you go, you have to know who you're going with and stuff like that. But in the past, like they drive fear into these people. But now we're seeing that a lot of people, they're using Airbnb and they're traveling across the islands and they are spending in the local economy. And I have not heard of any spike in whether it's killing, whether it's like robbery of tourists that's going to Jamaica. You know, now and then we have heard of cases where like they're killings and stuff like that. But for the most part, I would say about 90% of those incidents are Jamaicans returning to Jamaica and not necessarily like American, Canadian, or British citizens going there for vacation. So that is it. It's mostly like Jamaicans returning, and it's hard to measure like why that would happen, if they are like involved in anything out there, if it's like reprisal because someone wanted them before. So it's not the same as an American citizen, a born American going there and being robbed or being killed. We don't get a lot of those stories coming out of Jamaica. So I would say traveling with Airbnb, traveling to the Caribbean, traveling to Jamaica, getting an Airbnb, going around the island and exploring, I would say it's pretty much safe. It's not more dangerous than any other place in the world based on what I've seen so far. So guys, please leave your experience in the comment section. I urge you to just, if you have traveled to Jamaica recently, anywhere in the Caribbean, like we are about to travel in a few weeks and we're using Airbnb. And the past couple of travels that we have done, we have used Airbnb, and it's a wonderful experience because, as I said, yeah, there's a time and place. Like you want to go to all-inclusive hotels sometimes and just relax. But for us as a family, we like to explore. We like to go deep inside the culture and to learn, especially when we're going to a new place. And Airbnb give us the opportunity to do that. So share your experience in the comment section. Where was the last place that you traveled? Have you used Airbnb? What's your experience? Is it like a better experience? You would say like whether you go to Trinidad, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you stay at an Airbnb, you're able to travel with locals, whether it's on the bus or you rent a car, you go to the beach, you go try some local food. Share your experience in the comment section. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.